All right, brand new I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast is coming up next with a Golden Globe Award recap. The NFL playoffs are set, and I have to admit that I am rooting for the fucking New England Patriots. Don't tell anyone. And the young shooter, Dean Collins, is rocking with me later on in the show, and he is going to be the first to break a big pending beef between actress Patricia Arquette from True Romance and Escape from Danmora and Lady Gaga. That's right, breaking news from the young shooter and so much more on a banging, brand new 2019 I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. Miles, Jordan, oh yeah, let me get something real nice, something real proper, but of course, something real funky. All right, this is a brand new I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. As I said, my name is Michael Rapaport, a.k.a. the Gringo Mandingo, a.k.a. the White Chocolate Tito, a.k.a. White Mike, a.k.a. Mr. New York, a.k.a. the White Arsenio Hall, a.k.a. the Jake LaMotta of Podcasting. You are now rocking with the best. So much to discuss. So much to discuss. The NFL playoffs, the Elite Eight is here. It was a great weekend of Wildcard football. I was surprised by some games, not surprised by some other games. It's competitive. Later on in the episode, the young shooter, Dean Collins, will be here to talk pop culture, talk Golden Globes, what we've seen, what we haven't seen. As far as films and television, the young shooter is very astute film watcher. The thing that I watched over the weekend, last 3 or 4 days it's been on, is this Lifetime Network R. Kelly documentary called Surviving R. Kelly, about the serial sexual abuse that has been going down with R. Kelly for since sometime in the 90s. I don't fact check, I don't date check, but I mean like 90. I don't remember when Aaliyah came out. I don't remember when R. Kelly came out, but we're talking about close to 30 years of being a nasty, sick, predatorial, dirty, greasy shitbag. R. Kelly is a true blue shitbag. And this documentary, if let's just say, I'm not being an apologist. Let's just say 5%. Let's just say 5% of what was articulated from victims and survivors. I was thinking about, why are they calling themselves survivors? Because they survived these assaults, and I guess that makes sense, and they can call themselves whatever they went through. These assaults, these manipulations, this sexual abuse, this mental abuse, predatorial shit on young girls as old as 15. When this guy's fucking 20s, 30s, he's a scum bag. R. Kelly is a shit bag. These survivors, if 5%, only 5%, and again, I'm not, I believe all of them, but if only 5% of it is true, he should be locked up for life. No bullshit. It's astonishing. It's 6 hours, and it's one survivor after another survivor, after another survivor, after parents of survivors, parents who to this day haven't seen their kids in 3 years. It's like, it's fucking crazy, because the documentary that I was tripped out by last year, Netflix documentary, Wild Wild West, about the dude in Oregon who created the whole sex cult. This dude has created a cult. He's abusing women physically, emotionally, sexually, degrading them, not feeding them. I recommend everybody to watch it, because so you should be aware of what kind of people are out there, and what kind of person R. Kelly is. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's not easy to watch. It's not easy to stomach. And you're just like, what the fuck, man? How could this have been going on for so long? How could this guy be plain sight for so long? The Aaliyah stuff, kind of like, that was like, I don't know, man. The whole thing, like, he was married to Aaliyah when she was 15. He somehow got documents forged that she was 18. And then it was just one after another, after another, after another, after another. And he's preying on these girls and they're fucking kids, man. He's a shitbag. He is a true, it's crazy. So I definitely recommend you watch it, but just know going into it that the Lifetime documentary on R. Kelly is not for the faint of heart in terms of, it's disturbing. It's disturbing, and there's so much footage, and there's so many people sharing their firsthand accounts of what they've been through, and it's one after another, up until real time. Like, I think the last case that they talk about is like November, because obviously they had to edit the film and then get it out there, but it's like November of 2018, this mother and father who he had been preying on their daughter since he was 17. They haven't seen her since for the last 3 years, trying to track her down. They know she's with him. She won't say she's being held against her will at this point. It's fucked up. It is some fucked up shit. I recommend watching it, but once again, there's nothing feel good about it. And they're not on the other side of it because it's happening right now, like as we speak. And the crazy shit is, this fucking shitbag has 1 million followers on Twitter, and like 1 million followers on he still has people that follow. No one should be following this motherfucker. He's a criminal. He's the Wonder Bread bag and olive oil treatment poster boy. He's going to get locked up, and they're going to be all up in his ass with that good Wonder Bread bag and that good olive oil. So I watched that over the weekend, and it's disturbing. The NFL playoffs are set. And I have a confession to make about where I am at with the NFL playoffs. We all saw the fucking Philadelphia Eagles get lucky. That poor field goal kicker has been taking the blame. The Chicago Bears field goal kicker, Cody Parker, or Parker Cody, I don't know. Anybody with two first names, I'm always like, you're not Jewish. No disrespect, but that's just so foreign to me. Growing up, I never knew anybody with two first names. A lot of field goal kickers have that kind of name, those names like that. But first of all, that field goal kicker, after he was booed and maligned and fucking ran out of Chicago and you suck and terrible things were being said to him. As they should be. Fans, that's what they're going to say. The fucking field goal was deflected by a Philadelphia Eagle. That doesn't change the fact that the guy essentially lost the game for the Bears, who I was rooting for. I don't speak English properly. Who I was rooting for. But field goal kickers with two last names that miss field goals in wildcard games, it's hard to bounce back from that. But now we have the Eagles going to New Orleans to play the Saints. My guy Sean Payton, Alvin Kamara, and that crew. I expect the Saints to beat the shit out of Slick Dick Nick Foles and the Eagles. I expect them to beat their ass. I want them to beat their ass. I want the Saints to be in the playoffs. I want Sean Payton to be in the fucking Super Bowl after last year's miracle in Minnesota or whatever they were calling it. I don't give a shit about the Seahawks, and I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I like Ezekiel Elliott. He helped bring me to championship, to the chip in fantasy football. I want to see Dak do well, But I got the Rams beating their ass. Jared Goff, friend of the I AM Rapaport Stereo podcast, Todd Gurley, Ndamukong Suh, Darnold, that whole crew. They're an LA team. I spent a lot of time in Los Angeles. I got the Rams. The Patriots and the Chargers, well, I'm going to get to that. The Chiefs versus the Colts. The Colts are peaking at the right time. Under the radar versus Patrick Mahomes and those guys. Blah, 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 blah. We know all about them. They're badasses. I think the Colts are going to upset Patrick Mahomes and the fucking Chiefs. That's my prediction on that game. And then I have to admit this. Julian Edelman, my man, you have fucked up my entire psyche with the Patriots. I believe you are a double agent. Okay? We need to have a talk. Julian Edelman. I am rooting for the Patriots to beat the Chargers in this game. I know, what the fuck just came out of your mouth? I'll explain. Somehow, some way, I feel like right now, the Patriots are some sort of underdog. Tom Brady doesn't have it. Julian Edelman doesn't have it. They're this, they're that. They were 11-5. They don't look like themselves. Gronkowski. Somehow, some way, the Patriots, the way they've been portrayed by the media, is that they don't have it. They snuck into the playoffs. They snuck into the bye week. All this bullshit. I'm rooting for the Patriots. I know. I fuck with Phillip Rivers. Melvin Gordon is one of my favorite football players, one of my favorite fantasy football players. I love him. I know they're in Los Angeles. I still believe the San Diego Chargers are the San Diego Chargers. Okay? To me, they're not the Los Angeles Chargers. No one shows up to their games that are true blue Chargers fans. It's fucked up. They're better on the road because they don't have a fan base in Los Angeles. And I'm rooting for the Patriots. I'm not going to sit here in front. Now, in the next round, I don't know if I'll feel the same way, but I'm so not emotionally involved. The only team I want to see really win this week is the Rams versus the Cowboys and the Saints to beat the shit out of the Eagles. And when I was looking at these other games, I have to admit, I'm going to be honest, that I am rooting for the Patriots to beat the Chargers. It's fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest, but I can't wait for these games. They kick off Saturday. And, of course, Sunday, it's 4 games. There's 4 football games this week, and then it becomes 2 football games, and then we have a Super Bowl.
I Am Rapaport Podcast.
I just want to let everybody know, because I got a whole bunch of people that reached out to me. I'm feeling a lot better since the last episode where I talked about fainting and falling out in my crib. I appreciate all the concern, all the texts, all the tweets, all the DMs. I'm good. I'm paying really close attention to how I'm feeling when I'm getting up. I talked about it, but I just want to let everybody know that I'm feeling good since that happened, and I've worked out. And my head is, to be honest with you, still a little bit sore, but I am, seeing the doctor, and I'm taking care of myself. So do not worry, have no fear. The Gringo Mandingo is here. I don't take that stuff lightly. I don't make light of it, and I don't want anybody to worry about me, and like that. Anyway, so this Kevin Hart Oscars, LGBTQ beef is continuing. If you haven't been living in a rock, under a rock, or in a rock, who the fuck knows these days? You could actually live in a fucking rock. That's a real option. Kevin Hart was set to host the Oscars, and then there was a whole bunch of backlash because of tweets and comments he made in an interview about his son being gay and what he would do if his son was gay, and a couple of, I think, whatever the fuck it was, tweets, whatever. He apologized before the Oscars approached him. He apologized afterwards. And then he went on the Ellen DeGeneres show. And they talked about that. They talked about his new movie coming up with Bryan Cranston, which I don't know the name of, because this is the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast, and we don't fact check, and that's not what I'm here to discuss, is the new movie with Bryan Cranston. I'm sure it's great. They're both great, yada, yada, yada. But he went on Ellen DeGeneres, and Ellen DeGeneres, who knows if this was set up or not? Who knows if she told him she was going to bring it up? Who knows? You never know how these fucking things are going to work out. When you go on a talk show, okay, and I've been doing talk shows for 20-something years. I did it all. Letterman, Conan when he was on CBS, fucking Arsenio, I've done them all. Fucking all of them. Okay? But what happens before you go on a talk show, especially when you're a star like Kevin Hart, it's all manufactured. They discuss what they're going to discuss. I mean, you're coming up with things off the cuff, but it's all pre-planned. It's live fucking television. You can't go out there without a plan. So I don't know if she told him what she was going to do or not, but Ellen DeGeneres brought up the whole thing, and she said, I think you should host the Oscars. I believe your apology. I accept your apology, and I think it would be a good thing. I spoke to the Academy, and they would have you back. And Kevin Hart didn't say whether or not he would do it or not. Miles, Jordan, play a little clip from this shit.
You have said a lot of amazing things. You have put a lot of things on my mind, and I know where our relationship stands. So leaving here, I'm promising you I'm evaluating this conversation. This is a conversation I needed to have. I'm glad that I had it here, and I'm glad that it was as authentic and real as I could have hoped that it would be. So let me assess, just to sit in the space and really think, and you and I will talk before anything else.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
That's my deal.
Okay, so he essentially apologized again. Ellen DeGeneres said she was cool with it. A lot of people said we were cool with it. But it just wasn't good enough again to some people. Some people, and a lot of people from the LGBTQ community, and just because you're gay, lesbian, transsexual, doesn't mean you're right. Doesn't mean your opinion is etched in stone. It's your opinion. Just like, some people from the LGBTQ community didn't accept his apology. Well, then that's some people. And that's just some people on Twitter. So what do we do with Kevin Hart now? You're not happy with it? Don Lemon from CNN saying this and that, why his apology isn't acceptable. This other guy, D-Ray, who's an activist, big social media person, black dude also. He doesn't accept the apology. Well then why don't you let's publicly castrate Kevin Hart. That's what we need to do. Teach this motherfucker and everybody else a lesson going forward. You don't say anything in your apology. Nah, it's not good enough. We're cutting that dick off, and we're going to do it in public. Or let's put this fucking guy, Kevin Hart, in solitary confinement for 10 years. That'll fucking teach him. Keep him away from his wife and kids. That'll teach him. No apology is good enough. Your wording, your phrasing of your apology. You didn't cry when you apologized, Kevin Hart. So we need to put you in solitary confinement, no contact with your wife and kids for 10 fucking years. Kevin Hart, if you're listening, and he might be, I know Kevin Hart. I was in his very first movie. Well, he was in a movie that I was in, and it was his very first day of his very first movie. We had a conversation about it. Kevin Hart, if you're listening, I would start telling these people to suck your fucking dick. Fuck the Academy Awards. Fuck them. Fuck hosting the Academy Awards. Fuck these fake, phony Hollywood do-gooders. These people present. If you watch the way Hollywood actors, actresses, producers, and directors talk to Ryan Seacrest, on the red carpet when they're greeting Ryan Seacrest or my man Mario Lopez, if you think that's how these people are in real life, all giggly and happy, and I'm just happy to be here. Hey, Ryan. And they're like, hey, the women, the guys, all of them. Phony bullshit. If you think that's how these charming motherfuckers are in real life, you are fooling yourself. I was watching the Golden Globes, which we're going to get to later, and when they talked to Ryan Seacrest on the red carpet, if people actually acted like that every single fucking day of their lives, they would nauseate themselves. That is the red carpet behavior. I'm just here. I'm glad to be around these other artists. Just happy to be here, Ryan. How was your New Year? It was great. I saw you and the kids. I saw you guys posted pictures on Instagram. You were in Bali. Yeah, it was great. Get the fuck out of here. These are regular people. All these motherfuckers are moody, regular people. I don't give a fuck how successful you are. You could still be a dick. I'm speaking for it. I'm pretty fucking successful, and I'm a fucking asshole. These motherfuckers are so full of shit. And I'm gonna make a pledge, something. When I get nominated for an award, and I will be nominated, when I go there the next time, rest assured I will be keeping it all the way funky. And I'm not going to be belligerent and make a fucking asshole of myself, but I will keep it all the way funky with these motherfuckers. All right? For you, for the listeners. Trust me, when I don't go to these shows, I don't go to these parties because I'm not going until I'm nominated. Rest assured, when I go the next time, I will keep it all the way live. These motherfuckers have affectations in the way they speak. Rami Malek, I know this little motherfucker. He's a good actor. I know this little motherfucker from The War at Home. Me and the young shooter know this motherfucker from... He got up there. He won that award. He was great as Freddie Mercury. I didn't really like the movie. Spoken on this I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. The Golden Globes are essentially a fucking joke. It's a Hollywood foreign press suck-off. But he got up there with some affectation. Now, thank you. And he's like doing some weird, like, I'm like, my man, this ain't the way you talk, Duke. Rami Malek does it. I'm going to get him on the podcast. I'm going to get this motherfucker, Freddie Mercury, Rami Malek on the podcast. I'm going to get this fucking guy on the podcast. And you're going to hear that he don't talk like that. I'm going to be like, yo, Duke, I know him. I'm going to be like, yo, Duke, what's with the speech impediment thing you're doing? What's with this artist? There's a lot of artists on Instagram. A lot of dope-ass painters, photographers. They're not saying, oh, the artist. It's artist. You're an actor. Yes, it's an art form. Yes, you're an artist. But dude, stop jerking yourself. I just can't stand all that shit. It's so fucking pretentious to me. How did I even get on this? Oh, because Kevin Hart. Don't host the fucking Oscars. Sandra Oh and Andy Samberg were corny as fuck. You don't need to do it, Kevin Hart. Fuck that. You apologize. Fuck that bullshit. If your apology isn't good enough, D-Ray, suck a dick. Don Lemon, suck a dick. And anybody in the LGBTQ community that's still complaining because you don't think his apology was good enough, suck a dick too. You're not holy and righteous just because you're a part of the LGBTQ community. That doesn't make you holy and righteous. That just means you're part of the LGBTQ community. The people are like manipulating and using all this shit to like hustle and con and push their own agendas and all that. Get the fuck out of here, man. This dude apologized. Don't discuss it anymore. It's a dead horse. Fuck that.
I Am Rapaport Podcast.
On a more serious note, and we have so many sick fucks. I mean, 2019 has started off with a bang and a flurry of sick fucks. So tomorrow's episode in primetime will be inundated with tons and tons and tons of sick fucks. If you do not have a subscription to the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast Premium, why? Number one, why? Number two, download the app, I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. It's $2.99 a month. Okay? You can't even get a fucking iced latte for $2.99. $2.99 a month, okay? Special videos, emergency episodes, and of course, the PPP Primetime Premium podcast that we drop whenever the fuck we want, but consistently Wednesday evenings, early evenings West Coast. But it's unpredictable. That could be another part. Premium Primetime podcasting that are unpredictable. Download the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast app. $2.99. Okay? But this case that has been going on for weeks now, a couple of weeks now in Houston. This little girl, Jazmine, can't remember her last name. I'm not fact checking. It's been all over the news. A little black girl, 7 years old, was in the car with her mother. They were ambushed or something like this. The crazy thing is that the young girl, 7 years old, was killed. She was shot and killed in Houston. For some reason, which I'm still unclear of, witnesses were saying it was a white guy. So I have to be honest, first and foremost, it's a young girl. And everybody was like, prayers for Jazmine, spelled with a Z. Little beautiful, little 7-year-old girl. Justice for Jazmine, as there should be. And the race is never an issue until race is an issue. The fact that it was a white guy that shot a black girl added fuel to the fire. Again, this is about a 7-year-old girl that lost her life. But let's keep it fucking real here. The fact that it was a white guy that was somehow, some way mistaken for a black guy. And we're not talking about a light-skinned black guy, because the guy who wound up doing it is a brown-skinned brother. Don't look half white, a quarter white, or any white. I'm still confused how the fuck this happened. I'm confused about the confusion. There's been a manhunt for this person, probably because they've been looking for white dudes. And it was race was involved. Race is not an issue until race is an issue. And the sooner, I've said it once, I've said it a million times, the sooner we all come to terms with the fact, all of us, black, white, brown, red, green, yellow, purple, the sooner we come to terms and we acknowledge that we all have some sort of issues with race. We are not puritanical people. We all have prejudices. We all have preconceived notions. We've all been around people that think things, that say things. The sooner we acknowledge and stop trying to front on social media that we are puritanical people, the better. Acknowledge the shit. Acknowledge the fucking shit. There's like, this shit ain't gonna get better until people stop fronting. All of us. Over the weekend, they said the case is taking a new direction. That's how they phrased the case is taking a new direction. But they were basically what they should have said is, we thought there was a white guy that killed this little girl. It turns out it was a fucking black guy. We've been chasing white guys all over Houston and all over Texas for the last 2 weeks, and we should have been chasing a certain kind of black guy that fit this description. And the fervor and the uproar over it died down when it was a black guy shooting a black girl, and it shouldn't have. Justice for Jazmine means justice for Jazmine. I don't give a fuck if it was a white, black, Chinese, Asian, doesn't make a fucking anything. Spanish. But backtrack all the social media, all the people that were pumping the shit, all the people that were posting it, all the people that were saying, oh, the so-called manhunt isn't really a manhunt. They're not really checking to find this guy. Well, turns out they were looking for the wrong kind of guy. And people were disappointed that it wasn't a white guy that shot this poor little black girl. That's the fucking facts. There were people that were disappointed that wasn't the end result. And those people are sick. Sick fucks. This case wouldn't even made national attention had it been put out there that way. Race is not an issue until it's an issue. What else is going on? This case that got a lot of attention from a lot of celebrities, Rihanna, Kim Kardashian, everybody. This girl, I know we talked about it on the podcast here, Cyntoia Brown. This girl who was put in jail for murder. There's a documentary on her. Young girl, beautiful girl. She's now 30. She's been in jail for 15 years, I think, or 14 years. She had a fucked up life. It was sex trafficking as a young girl, was abused, physically abused, sexually abused, raped. She wound up killing a guy that was abusing her, shooting him. She did 15 years in jail. The story caught a lot of attention. Again, I believe Rihanna was the first person to talk about it. I looked at the documentaries, just fucking heartbreaking. Fucked up life, fucked up situation. She committed a crime. They tried to put her in jail for life. she just got clemency. She's coming out of jail in August, and she served her fucking time. And I'm glad. And I'm not exactly sure how it went down, but the Tennessee governor has released this girl. And you should look it up. Look up her case. Look up her story. Cyntoia Brown, Cyntoia. I'm probably not Cyntoia. I'm sorry, I'm not pronouncing her name right, but you should look it up. Cyntoia Brown. There's a documentary about her. I know I saw it on YouTube, but she just got granted clemency. She's getting out of jail after serving 15 years for killing a guy that was doing terrible things to her.
I Am Rapaport Podcast.
Coming up later on the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast, the young shooter, Dean Collins, will be here. We're going to talk about being blessed. I don't know if you follow me on social media. He's always with me on social media. We met when we were doing the war at home. He's a big part of the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. But you should follow me on social. Do you like that voice there? I'm going to start doing that voice more. Yeah, this is Michael Rapaport, a.k.a. the Gringo Mandingo. This is my radio voice. I'm so delicate. I'm so sensitive that sometimes my voice cracks. But you should follow me on social media. At Michael Rapaport. You could follow the podcast at I Am Rapaport. What the fuck was I even talking about that? Oh, because the shooter's coming up. Oh, but the last thing I wanted to talk about solo before the shooter comes on is Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson, the little boy from Staten Island who cried wolf but won't apologize about it, out and about at the Golden Globes, partying it up with his best friend, Dr. Machine Gun Kelly, who vowed to take care of his friend Pete Davidson and vowed to hang around and get him out of the darkness, which is great. Yet Pete Davidson was courtside at a Denver Nuggets game and then all out and about and apparently smoking weed, which is, listen, I'm no doctor, but if you're bipolar and you have mental illness, accenting it is probably not a great thing to do with weed. If you're bipolar and you have suicidal tendencies, which based on Pete Davidson's history that we know about as fans, just fans, threatening to kill himself just weeks ago, you probably shouldn't be smoking weed. Again, I'm not a fucking doctor. But it just seems like smoking that good Cali, which he was doing in videos with Machine Gun Kelly, just doesn't seem like the best thing to do after recently threatening to take your own life away, which I'm not making light of. So many people on social media are now mental health experts. They know all about mental health, and they're defending Pete Davidson, and he's got mental issues and all stuff. Listen, so does the guy outside of your fucking local gas station. You walk right over him, but you run home to see Pete Davidson on Saturday Night Live. So does the woman who comes up to you half naked at a stoplight asking to squeegee your car, okay, with no water in her squeegee bucket, talking to herself and looking deranged. You don't give her anything, but you sit on social media and you defend Pete Davidson. Listen, obviously this kid's got a problem. I don't think he should be smoking weed. If he truly has bipolar issues and he has mental illness, you shouldn't be accenting anything with any fucking weed, period. I don't give a fuck. He should be away getting help. If this kid just threatened to take his own life away 3.5 weeks ago, we don't fact check. He should be in an ashram somewhere. He should be getting treated. He shouldn't be hanging out at the Golden Globes party, smoking weed, chasing Snapper. If he truly has this problem. But since he did threaten his life, in my opinion, he owes all of us, he owes all his fans, his young fans, all social media, all the mental health community that are truly suffering also, an apology. That apology hasn't come. But you're out in the fucking world with Machine Gun Kelly like Machine Gun Kelly's. Listen, Machine Gun Kelly seems like he's a nice guy. He's not a dope rapper. Don't get it twisted, Pete Davidson. All right. I said what I could say. Okay? Done what I could do. My head is throbbing. Okay? Talking loud and saying a whole bunch. Coming up next on the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast, the young shooter, Dean Collins, will be here to break down the results of the Golden Globes. Miles Jordan, let me get some funky before we bring in the shooter. Give me a test.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. You don't have to count to 10. You could do 3. All right, as mentioned, the young shooter, Dean Collins, is back on the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. I'm working on some new voices for 2019. Welcome, Dean. Welcome to the show.
I never know when to come in, because you go, Dean Collins is back on the I Am Rapaport. So I'm like, I don't know what my pocket is to say. Thank you, Michael, for having me.
That's good.
Okay, thank you for having me.
That's good to think twice.
I'm always like waiting for it, but then you continue to introduce.
No problem.
You got to figure out that opening.
It's
been a long time.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time that you've been on the podcast.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a call for about a month or two.
That's all right. We want to keep. We want less.
It's weird, but let's.
We want to do a less is more thing.
So just okay.
We want to do a less is more thing, and we've been sorting out sick fucks and all that sort of thing.
Interviews and
all that sort of thing. But more pressing. Golden Globes. What you've seen. You're sort of our pop culture culture critic.
Yes, I like to think of myself as a culture critic.
Some people actually
call me. They say, "Hey, yo, culture critic."
But people like actually have that as a term. Like when they're like, "What do you do for a living?" Oh, I'm a culture critic. That's like being. I'm an influencer.
I'm gonna change my bio to influencer / culture critic / everyday guy.
That would be good. So you watched the Golden Globes. I watched the Golden Globes. I didn't watch them with you.
I did.
What do you want to? You've been chomping at the bit about a potential beef that's going on.
I do think that there is a beef. I don't know if anyone caught it, but
no, you're breaking this story.
Is this okay, I didn't realize. Okay, so I'm breaking the story. I guess I don't know. There's no video here, but I wish we could play the clip of what happened. But there was some beef that I saw when Patricia Arquette won for Escape from Dan Mora for Best Actress. As she was walking out, she gave her friend and the rest of the table hug and a kiss as they said, "Oh, Patricia Arquette." And then and Lady Gaga, you could see, is looking at her from her seat, going, "Oh," and she goes, "Oh, congratulations." And Patricia Arquette looks at her and then just keeps walking, doesn't give her a hug,
nothing,
shuns her.
You caught this video. You've been the one who put this out there.
Yes.
No one else. I haven't heard anything about this.
Yes. Let's just say I put the video out there.
This is sort of like Pusha T and Drake of 2019 already.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay. See, I should kick you off the podcast for that.
I don't
know about the Pusha T Drake beef last year?
No, man. I know
you're
the guy.
You have no idea what I mean. You never heard? Okay.
Pusha T, I didn't realize was in some beef with Drake.
Okay. So go ahead. Stay focused.
Anyway, so you could catch the video online. Maybe I'll post it. You'll post it, whatever you want. You could see it. And then Gaga is like, as Patricia Arquette walks to the stage, Gaga's in shock.
That she didn't give her a kiss or a hug or acknowledge her.
Looking at her like, excuse me? Anyway, I caught that. That was one of the highlights because I watched it sort of against my will. The Golden Globes.
It's hard to watch the whole.
I could give a fuck about the Golden Globes.
What is it about the Golden Globes that you can give a fuck about? Like, what is it about?
Well, it's the Hollywood foreign press is the one that.
And try to explain why we're sort of like it's a joke.
What can you explain it?
Well,
because it's your podcast.
The thing about it that I know about the Hollywood foreign press, and they're super fucking totally nice people. I've met them. I've done press junkets with them. But the thing that they always tell... Here's the thing. The thing why it's kind of not taken seriously is because actors from TV shows, they like to meet and greet the actors.
Yeah.
And they always say, be nice to the Hollywood foreign press. Be nice to the Hollywood foreign press. So you can be incredible in a show, but if you're a dick to the Hollywood foreign press or not nice to them, like they won't nominate you. That's the thing why Hollywood, why actors, actresses, and directors and producers are kind of like, it's great to get nominated, it's great to win an award, but it's kind of like this, I don't want to say rigged, but it has a popularity contest truly element to it.
Isn't it like there's like 15 old people that...
No, there's more than... There's a bunch of them.
There's a lot of people.
There's a bunch of them, but
all right, well, whatever.
They want to schmooze with you, they want to hang out with you, they want to like... And if you're cool with them and nice to them...
Yeah.
they'll nominate you. And
So some people, you know, they suck that corporate dick.
they suck that foreign corporate dick.
Foreign corporate dick, where they do the interviews, they're on their best behavior.
I don't mind doing the interviews
That's
and being
fine.
on your best behavior, but do we need to do anything beyond that? I'm not going to eat with you. I'm not having high tea with you.
Yeah.
Because if you really want to be around me, Michael Rapaport, for the high tea and the eating, you're going to see snorting. You're going to see nose picking. There's going to be
You're going to
burping.
see all that within the first 3 seconds of shaking your hand.
Right. So if it's anything beyond just the interview,
Introduction.
we're not going to jive together. They've been always cool with me.
But which is why we haven't gotten that win or nomination potentially.
Which brings me to
Yeah.
the first award of the night, which was Best Actor in a Comedy, and it was Michael Douglas versus Sacha Baron Cohen, and who else was in this category? This is Best Actor in a Comedic Television Show. It was Sacha Baron Cohen, Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
He's a fucking icon. His body of
I
work.
love it. I love that he's like in this comedy that he's getting nominated for
It's
comedy.
not. It's a
just
good
sounds
show
funny.
on Netflix. It's called The Kaminsky Method.
I heard
but
about
his
it.
performance is not in the stratosphere of Sacha Baron Cohen on This Is America.
Oh, right.
Not even in this
No,
stratosphere.
so who ended up winning?
Michael Douglas. And again, it's like he's an icon. He's won Best Actor. You know that Michael Douglas produced One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
That's crazy. I actually did not know
He's
that.
one of the first actors to produce while
Damn.
they were like an actor. Like he produced that shit.
That's dope.
So
That's
he could do no wrong. I mean, he's Michael fucking Douglas. But in the Kaminsky Method, which is a good show,
yeah.
he, in my opinion, didn't deserve to win Best Actor in a comedy television show. Kaminsky Method is good. Alan Arkin, Michael Douglas, Chuck Lorre, who created 2.5 Men and fucking The Big Bang Theory. The guy must be so rich. I just want to say this, and I'm not saying I'm solely responsible. Kaminsky Method, in my opinion, not necessarily a better show. Not saying that we're better, but I'm saying atypical. We didn't get not one nomination. And maybe not say for me, Jennifer Jason Leigh, but what about my girl, what about Bridget? She killed it.
Killed it.
Kier
killed it.
Killed it. What about one of them? Give them a fucking nomination. Give them a nomination.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, listen, these things are they're never totally right.
They're politics, bro. It's like, it doesn't matter. You're saying, I can't believe, Michael Douglas won over Sacha Baron. It's like, who cares? It means not. This one especially, though. When other actors
they all
vote on
sort
it,
of have this flawed thing.
it's so stupid. But you know what? I say fuck yeah to the Golden Globes for giving that award to Glenn Close over Gaga.
Loved it.
I thought that
Loved it. Lady Gaga, she thinks and she thought she's winning all the awards.
I mean, she looked like her heart stopped when, it looked.
Lady Gaga for A Star Is Born, they've been trying to push her as Best Actress.
Oh, she thought she was a shoo-in that night. Bradley Cooper, Best Actor. Lady Gaga's the, Best Actress. And when Glenn Close won, and she was shocked. Who I heard Glenn Close was incredible.
She was.
I didn't see it.
She was. She's always. Glenn Close is like Meryl Streep.
Glenn Close is OG.
She's sick.
She's been around forever.
But
she's iconic.
Sick. She's and she looks great. Glenn Close looks fucking dope.
She looks great.
I don't know how old she is, but she looks fucking great. I've seen her at the sushi place. She looks great in real life. She looked great at the Golden Globes.
Glenn Close, if you're listening, DM Michael.
No, I'm married, bro.
Oh, right. Sorry.
I'm married. But
sorry.
I see her at sushi. I give her a wave.
She's got to be like 78 now.
She looks fucking ridiculously good for whatever age she just looks classy for her age and looks beautiful.
Shout out to Glenn Close, and I just wish that they...
And shout out to the Golden Globes for not giving the award to Lady Gaga, because Lady Gaga won for Best Song.
Yes.
And she was so over the top for her speech for Best Song. Imagine if she won Best Actress. She'd still be up there talking.
Well, she did that for America.
She was fine in that movie. She wasn't all that. I could pick through other performances that should have got nominated over fucking Lady Gaga. It's a totally contrived thing.
I love that they didn't give it to her.
And you know how usually they have cameras On the losers?
I wish that they had a camera just placed right on Gaga when they announced Glenn Close, because you got a snippet of it, and her face looked like Botox just permanently in her face, like it wasn't moving, but you could see in her eyes that there was like a dead soul inside. Like there was nothing there.
And I'm a fan of Lady Gaga, but it's like you take yourself way too fucking seriously, lady.
So I like that about the Golden Globes.
Way too fucking serious.
She even had a personal. I think her personal handler
was holding
holding her dress. I want to know how much.
Fuck out of here, man.
How much is she getting paid? Because
I'll take that job. It's all you take yourself way too seriously.
Yeah.
You're talented. You're dope. You're all these. Calm the fuck down.
Right.
Glenn Close won. You didn't.
I like that.
You didn't win.
I like that. That's what I liked about it.
What did you think of Andy Samberg and Sandra Oh as hosts? I thought they were fucking. The beginning with all the white men jokes and
oh my God,
Me Too ×2 and all like, again, I come here to have the awards, see some bits. I don't care about your personal stuff.
Leave politics out.
We do it all on
please.
Twitter.
Please.
All day, every fucking day.
I'm sick of you doing it. I'm leave it out.
And also, if we're gonna do the politics, can there be some diversity in the politics? Like
Yeah.
maybe there's a Trump supporter in the audience. Let him get up there.
No.
But why not?
That's not allowed, bro.
I can't stand the motherfucker, but if you go up there and say, you know what, I think Trump is doing a good job, will you get booed?
There would be headlines the next day. There'd be headlines.
But that's not fair. That's not fair. And I can't stand Dick Stain Donald Trump. I coined the phrase.
But
I coined the phrase Dick Stain Donald Trump. I did that. That came from the bottom of my heart.
You did coin that.
I did that.
I mean, if you want to tell everyone again, just
they
make
know.
sure.
Everybody knows when it comes to Dick Stain Donald Trump, I'm that dude.
Okay.
So what else did you think of the show? Any takeaways? What other takeaways did you have from the show?
Oh, what other takeaways? That's a great question. What are the takeaways?
Okay.
Fuck, man. I don't know. What other takeaways did you have?
I don't. That's it. I talked about it earlier. Pete Davidson was there with Machine Gun Kelly, the rapper Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, was that who was in the elevator or whatever?
Yeah, him and Machine Gun Kelly. They were out, and apparently he was flirting with Kate Beckinsale. First of all,
I know we don't fact check, but please get her name right. She's a beautiful woman.
What's her name?
Her name is Kate Beckinsale.
Nah, it's Beckinsale.
It's not Beckinsale.
Nah, it's Beckinsale, Duke.
No, I'll make like a $500 bet with you.
Beckinsale is what I call her.
Okay.
I don't even know who she is. She's an actress. I know she's
a good actress.
What has she been in? Yeah, she's so good. She's nothing imprinted. With the you don't know. You don't know.
She's in
so
that
good.
vampire movie thing. What is it?
I know
like
she's
a Van
good.
Helsing
I know
type.
she's good.
She was good in Snow Angels.
She's skinny. She's good. I know who she is.
No, she's a good actress.
I already talked about fucking Pistol
Okay,
Pete.
what about her?
But they my whole thing is that you threaten to take your life on social media. Now you're out and about.
This is where you and I are going to get into a big disagreement.
Hey, but I said this. This
Okay,
is my
go ahead, 'cause
this is my simple thing. You threaten to do that. You now you're out and about, but you haven't acknowledged, yo, I'm sorry if I scared anybody.
I don't think you need to acknowledge, I'm sorry if I scared anybody. I disagree with you on this, and that's what's going to be good about the podcast.
Why?
Is there a debate? I don't know. I just don't think. I think somebody with mental illness, which I still agree. I think he's probably a dude that's bipolar.
Do you think it's good to be at the Golden Globes smoking weed? Do you think weed's good for bipolar and mental illness?
Look,
being out and about.
Everyone's gonna self-medicate the way they do.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. The guy's in a public eye. Mm-hmm. He's gonna continue living his life. I don't think he's got to.
I'm living my best life.
I don't think he's got to feed into the tabloids and say, "Oh, well, 2 weeks ago I said this." And blah,
but
blah.
he did it in the tabloids. He did it on social media.
What did he do?
He was on social media saying what he said,
yes.
which I don't make light of. But I just think, check this out. I hurt myself last week, right?
Yeah.
I didn't post anything from the hospital, with me with the fucking gurney and all that shit, because I wouldn't want anyone to be nervous. After I was good, after I knew I was safe, then I came on the podcast and I posted a picture of it. But imagine
But it's more shameful when somebody's talking about taking their own life or whatever.
I understand that, but my point is that I wouldn't do that because I wouldn't want to alarm my mom, my friends, the fans, the listeners, the people that don't like me, the people that do like me. I wouldn't want to be like, yo, you're in a fucking neck brace in the hospital and then not say anything about it. So I came on the podcast, I told about what happened, I posted a picture, and I said, I'm fine, I'm good. But if I put that out there, like, yo, I'm in the emergency room, a neck brace, people are gonna be like, what the fuck happened?
What happened?
That's I'm being selfish and not thinking, and like, that's being an alarmist.
I think everybody is welcome in the media to ask him, hey, what happened? What's the deal with last week? What do you have to say about that whole thing that happened last week? And he can answer it. You're open to answer it or not answer it, but you don't have to make a public to-do before the Golden Globes.
What about apologizing to the NYPD? New York Police Department went to Saturday Night Live because this is a threat against your life. That's a crime.
I don't know. I'm not.
Okay.
I disagree on the whole subject.
I won that debate.
Sure, you won it.
I won that debate.
I say let the guy. We keep feeding into everyone's personal life. Let the guy live. Who cares?
Okay.
That's
problem.
what my take is.
Okay. I agree. I just, I'm
No, you don't agree.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
You
I
don't
say
agree.
let the guy live, but I'm saying
Yes.
I just think it would be respectful to the people that you frightened to acknowledge you're doing better now.
Like, isn't the dude not on Twitter, not on social media anymore, all that shit?
Bro, let me tell you something.
Not everything needs to be shared.
People that even say they're not on Twitter, they're not on social media, they're on Twitter and social media.
They're looking at it.
Yeah, even if they have sub accounts.
And when they do a detox, it's like a nice 2-day. I deleted my Instagram. And then
I deleted
re-downloaded
it. And I'm refreshing and regrouping. I'm recharging.
Yes, recharging. Yes.
What have you seen? Did you see Bird Box?
I did see Bird Box. I thought it was like a total, at least the poster and the campaign was a total ripoff of A Quiet Place,
which was
the John Krasinski movie
with
Emily
Beckinsale,
Blunt. Emily Blunt. Don't start. I
see
really,
Emily Blunt and Kate Beckinsale. To me, they're like similar.
Similar looks.
Yeah, like kind of pretty.
Yeah, and they're both in like some good stuff. I mean, Emily Blunt is great, but
yes,
I really don't want you.
I didn't like that movie.
Which one?
Quiet
Place? Yeah, I honestly didn't really like it either.
It was. You know why?
Why?
It's too quiet.
It was quiet.
Ha!
It was quiet.
Fuck.
It was quiet. But Bird Box had some cool moments, but it was just. First of all, I heard Bird Box was higher grossing than Black Panther for Netflix. I heard it's like one of Netflix's biggest.
No, it is. It is the biggest thing on Netflix.
Is it the biggest thing?
Highest, the most watched. It's not grossing.
Or not grossing,
but it's the most watched thing on Netflix. But I don't know how they
don't announce their
and they also don't.
And all that.
It doesn't mean like more subscriptions came in or not, or just I don't know how the fuck it works. What the business model is there?
You work for Netflix, bro.
Yeah, but I leave that up to Tom.
Who the fuck is Tom?
Tom is the head of Netflix.
Have you met Tom?
Yes, love him.
But was it?
He's the one who produced the De Niro, Pesci, Al Pacino movie that's coming out, The Irishman. 2019.
So he personally produced. You saying it's coming out on Netflix?
That's a Netflix film that's coming out in the theaters, which I'm going to see day one, screening one.
Me too.
And probably day one, screening two. Like I'm going to see that. Going to see that shit back to back. I don't give a fuck where I am.
No, but what if you're super disappointed with screening one? It's just you couldn't believe this is what it amounted to. Are you going to that double screening?
The stocks and the statistics. And I don't fact check or stat check, but the statistics on De Niro, Scorsese, and the statistics specifically on De Niro, Scorsese, Pacino are saying that's highly unlikely that it's not going to be at least really,
I'm really hoping.
good.
And I also
the statistics on Scorsese doing gangster films are again, the prediction is, I have to say, highly unlikely.
Okay, and you also said that you don't fact check and you don't stat check.
Yes.
Correct?
That's right.
Okay, because this is I'm just going to turn it into like a sort of like a little interview. I just wanted to go follow.
Oh, you're interviewing me?
No, I just wanted to
you can interview me, go ahead.
I guess you could call it an interview.
Because I do a lot of the interviewing on this show.
Yes, and a lot of the talking.
And a lot of times I'm more interesting than the person I'm interviewing. No disrespect to the people I'm interviewing.
Okay.
I'm just fucking around.
Okay, yeah. Okay, no. Miles Jordan, cut that whole I'm just fucking around part. Okay? And Jesus Christ.
Keep it all in, Miles, you fuck.
So I just wanted to...
Oh, man, that was fucking funny, man.
I just wanted to rewind really quick.
Holy shit, that made me laugh, boy.
I just wanted to rewind really quick, bro.
Go ahead, interview me, bro.
So you said that you don't fact check and you don't stat check.
Hell no.
Right?
That's right.
But I think that might be a little hypocritical.
Why?
Because I think that every time I'm on Instagram, you're posting these graphs of how the Rapaport Fantasy League, you won over
That's
these
fantasy
points,
football, asshole.
but you're stat checking on it.
Dean,
I just wanted to ask you about.
This is now the fans are going to be like, kick him off.
No, I just wanted to know about your own rules.
Number one, you didn't know about the Drake Pusha T beef, and then the fact that you're asking about fantasy football,
Why do I have to know about the Drake Pusha T beef? Why do I have to know about it?
You don't have to know the details, but that's the first time you heard about it was now.
Yes,
that's the problem. And then you know what, Paul, and you know what, Dean, because I was going into the Paulie Walnuts thing because the Paulie Walnuts.
I know Paulie Walnuts.
Now you do.
Dude.
Now you do. Now you fucking know, but that was the first time you almost got kicked off. And I'm going to tell you right now.
What?
Anybody, listen, you know where to follow me on social media. You could DM me at Michael Rapaport.
Don't fucking plug your shit.
You can DM Dean Collins at Dean Collins, or you could email us up at I AM Rapaport Podcast at gmail.com and say, should the young shooter now be suspended for 2 more weeks for not knowing about the Pusha T Drake beef? Never have hearing of it before.
Don't stop the podcast on that moment either.
I'm not stopping.
Good.
We're still going.
We're still going. Good. I want to keep going because
I'm just telling you, the fans are going to be like, yo, why is this fucking guy on the podcast?
Okay, bro, like I know about Drake.
Don't bro me, dude.
Okay, don't
bro me, bro.
No, don't fucking bro me, bro.
Don't fucking bro me, bro. Seriously,
dude.
Don't bro me.
Okay, I knew all about Drake and his mother. Like I know about his mom.
What? What are you
like? I know all about this shit,
man.
dude, but I can't follow every fucking week.
It's in the people's court now. If they say they want you suspended, unfortunately, that's going to be
man. It already feels like I've been suspended. I get a call every 2 months. Fuck it. Let's find out, guys. Should the young shooter Dean be suspended?
That's a cool voice. That's a cool voice.
Hey, let's find out, everybody.
You got a good radio voice.
Thank you. I've heard that a lot, actually. Thank you, man.
Don't you think that if the world acted is happy to see Ryan Seacrest as they were happy to see their neighbors and the people that they live by and live next to, that the world would be a better place? Have you ever seen such kind of giggly bullshit when celebrities run into fucking Ryan Seacrest and his fucking overly bleached veneer teeth?
He's got perfect hair. He's got perfect skin.
Perfect teeth.
He's a guy that I sort of want to look like. I
guarantee you he hasn't had a fucking steak or a cheeseburger in years.
That guy has not had a cavity, I don't think, ever.
No. And if he did, he got him drilled out with those fucking veneers. Anyway,
what else? And he dates the hottest women.
Does he date a lot of chicks?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought he was married or something.
I mean, you know the Stickman Hall of Fame.
Is he Stickman?
He's one of those.
Is he putting it down?
He's one of those like, oh, that dude's gay. That dude's gay. Like, you think he's gay? And no, I'm not disrespecting
No disrespect.
anything.
No, you're just saying like, oh, you're gay.
There were rumors about
homosexual.
But then there were all these photos of him walking on the beach with like supermodels, like different ones every day.
He puts it down.
I would say he laid the pipe. Lays.
Okay.
Lays his pipe.
Now people are going to ask with this segue, what about you and that space light, bro? Have you been whipping out that space light? You just moved?
I just moved into a new place.
Have you whipped out that space light?
I haven't even dusted that space light off. It's collecting a little bit of dust right now. I'm just gonna keep it real, bro.
Why? You've come on here like
I've been moving and shit.
You haven't been, but you've been moving, but you haven't been sticking moving.
I have not been stuffing. I have a couple of people lined up for a date next week to kind of get back out there.
How many people?
Just like 2 people. Just casual dating.
Okay. Casual dating.
Yeah, casual dating. But I needed a chill break, man. I'm just kind of doing me, moving into my own place and get my life together. I'm gonna be fucking 29 come May.
20 fucking 9. When's your birthday?
May.
When's your birthday?
I'm still 28. May 30th. I just said May 30th. I'm drinking coffee for the first time. I've been sipping it during this podcast, and it's sort of jacking me up. And it's sort of mellow.
How does coffee resonate with you? Do you feel the jack up?
I'll tell you, coffee makes my stomach so fucked. I go to coffee.
You got juice stomach.
Whenever I'm constipated, whenever I need to just let that out.
Really?
That's my go-to, man.
I understand.
That shit gets me just flushed.
I understand. Now, have you seen anything else, Shooter?
I liked Escape from Dan Mora. I don't know if we
I
ever
want to
talked
acknowledge
about
this.
that.
I want to acknowledge this because a couple of 2 episodes ago, I talked about if Beale Street could talk, and I said it's good, and I mentioned Regina King.
Yeah.
She won Best Actress in Golden Globes.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if it's the Golden Globes, the Golden Blows, whatever. That's my fucking girl. And when you see somebody that you've known for so long and like you really are like have a relationship with them and you've seen them go through the ebbs and flows of Hollywood and then you see her at like a peak right now, I was so fucking happy for her. I said I liked If Beale Street Could Talk. I didn't think it was as good as Moonlight, but she's so good in everything she does. And I just was on a personal level so happy for her. Like she's like a true friend of mine. That's my girl.
I didn't see it, but she's a great actress.
She's always so good. She's just so good. And there's no tricks. She's not like an accent person. She's not like I sort of a person who sort of disappears into the character, but she's like, you know how like a great singer, like Frank Sinatra did it, Marvin Gaye did it. They'll take somebody else's song and make it their own, and you'll be like, oh, I didn't know somebody else recorded that first. She's that kind of actress. Like, she just immerses the character, and her emotions are so fucking good. Whereas somebody like Christian Bale, who also won for Vice, people saw him up there yesterday, all skinny with his British accent. People didn't even know he's fucking British, because I think he had a couple of drinks, and he was full on Brit.
He's heavy Brit, dude.
But he was heavy duty Brit up there, like kind of sloppy Brit, the way he was speaking.
Yeah,
and people were tripping out. Like he becomes the character. He's method, like in a way like Benicio's method, because you were going to mention Escape from Danmore, in the way that De Niro's method, where if you see him in real life, you're like, this is the guy.
And I just want to say about Bale.
Whereas Joe Pesci in real life, you say he's like Joe Pesci.
Got you. And I just want to say with Bale, he thanks Satan at the end of his speech. Now, I just want to say everyone's going, Bale, first person to ever thank Satan. But I want to bring our friends Portugal the Man into the equation here. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure they thank Satan at the Grammys.
Yes.
I think it was at the Grammys.
Yes.
They actually did say, and we want to thank Satan.
Yes.
Or the devil.
Yes.
One of the two. So I just wanted to say, shout out Portugal the Man, our friends.
Friends of the Eye, they're about to come to LA soon. We're supposed to hook up with them. They want to come to the Comedy Store.
Friends of the I Am Rapaport, friends with us,
and we're fans.
Good
and
people,
good dudes.
We're fans, and so shout out. They said it first. I just want to say that.
Escape from Danmore, I talked about. You finished watching. I highly recommend that shit.
Yeah,
Patricia Arquette won. We mentioned that earlier.
I thought it was great.
And then shunned Lady Gaga, starting the Patricia Arquette Lady Gaga beef of 2019.
And I want to say that I thought it was a really good show. I thought all the acting was great. Even though the acting was kind of like acting with a capital A at times.
Did you think that?
Sometimes I felt that about Paul Dano. I like him. He was good. I'm a big fan of his.
Did you think that about?
I love Benicio. I'm a huge fan. Love him.
Did you think he was busy as an actor?
I just thought that both of them were doing, Paul Dano
every
had
scene there was like a thing.
Like Paul Dano had that raid.
The term that they use are choices. Even Patricia Arquette said Benicio del Toro, when in her award for Golden Globe, she said Benicio del Toro, he makes the best choices.
Yeah.
He makes a choice. He's one of the best.
He's great.
Totally unique, but he was busy in that film. And still great.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, he is. He's amazing.
I can't fucking remember what else have you seen, Shooter?
I randomly saw this movie from 2015 that Joel Edgerton, he wrote and directed this movie.
The actor Joel Edgerton.
The actor, and he's also in it. He acts in it. I'm not a fan. I'm not really a fan. I just don't get it, Joel Edgerton.
He's a good actor, good-looking guy.
He's like a weird-looking guy to me.
But he's a handsome guy. Like everybody,
all right, so what? Like
that counts.
My neighbor's handsome,
but people like we're sitting here going, Emily Blunt, she's beautiful. Kate Beckinsale, she's pretty.
Beckinsale.
It happens with actors. Johnny Depp is a good actor, but if he didn't look the way he looks and the way he looked when he was younger, gorgeous, pretty boy, he wouldn't be rocking and rolling. Period.
But some people are just great at, great actors, whatever.
I get it. But Johnny Depp, in my opinion, is not a great actor. He's a fucking great star.
Yeah. It's always refreshing to see Johnny Depp playing a weirdo, Yeah,
because he plays straight
done
guys
that about
so much.
15
he plays
characters
normal
in a row.
really all the time.
Right. So I don't know what we were just saying. I don't know how we even got to Johnny Depp, but...
You were talking about, fuck.
Again?
I don't fucking know, man. Listen, I'm not making light of banging my head, but I will say this. Since I banged my head, and I'm just saying this, I have been going, fuck, I can't remember what I was going to say.
Shit. Maybe you should go like re-bang it and get it back. I don't like how they break your nose again to like fix it.
No, I'm not going to do that. That was fucking scary.
Okay, sorry. Don't do that. Actually, I don't know what we were talking about.
You want to make light of me banging my head? You want that's the
no?
joke
I mean, it's just you said, I fainted and I fell. It was kind of like
you heard me from the fuck. I called the shooter in the emergency room.
You called me. But we fainted. What was it last week?
5 days ago.
5 days ago. I'm not bump your head.
I didn't bump my head, motherfucker. No, I fucking dropped and landed on my head.
I know. I'm just saying.
My head woke me up.
I'm just saying when you get a concussion. I'm not making light of the situation.
Yeah, I think you are making light of it.
I'm really not. I'm just saying that usually you bump your head and oh my god, if it's so bad a concussion, you wait 2 days and that's when the worst thing could happen after 2 days.
All right.
And
I'm just saying.
I think we're 5 days in now, so usually. I have plates and screws in my leg. I don't know if the listeners
from
know
your
that.
skateboarding accident from 27 years ago.
I cracked my head open when I was 10 years old.
10 years old, motherfucker?
And I fainted.
Nobody cares about that shit.
I fainted.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, I think your head is fine.
Nah, okay. What else have you seen? The Joel Edgerton. So
that's what we were talking about.
Jesus Christ.
You keep getting sidetracked, bro. Your head is all fucked up.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the Joel Edgerton, he wrote and directed it. It was in 2015 on Netflix. And Jason...
Oh, it was on Netflix or it was made for Netflix? Or
I don't know what it was made for.
You saw it on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix currently.
Who else is in it?
Jason Bateman and Rebecca Hall.
Right.
I'm a fan of Rebecca Hall. I love Jason Bateman. To me, that dude is just like naturally... funny. He's always natural in all the shit he's doing. He's not like, a fucking chameleon of an actor, but I like him. And this movie it's like a thriller, and it's really good, actually. It surprised me. It was pretty good.
It's a movie from a few years ago, but you can watch it.
2015. You can watch it now.
Okay, and then what else have you seen? Have you seen, or just let me ask, have you seen anything else? Because I haven't seen...
Michael...
I think I've articulated everything I've seen.
I'm saving a lot for when we talk about the Academy Awards, but I've seen a lot in theaters.
You saw Roma.
I did see Roma, and I saw that in theaters, which I thought it was a great movie. The cinematography was incredible. Alfonso Cuarón,
What's that?
I have to say Alfonso Cuarón. I have to get it right because every time I say that name. Logan, who's friends with the I Am Rapaport. Logan Lerman, who's friends with the I Am Rapaport
friend of the I Am Rapaport podcast, but doesn't come on anymore.
No.
So are you a friend?
That's a good question. I don't know. So he always corrects me whenever I say his last name. It's got to be perfect.
Really?
Yeah. So I can't say Alfonso Cuarón. How I say it.
Okay.
Anyway, so he's always dope.
Anything else? Have you seen anything else worth mentioning? Okay, that's the answer. All right, Dean. So you moved into a new crib. You haven't dusted off the space light.
I do want to just say this, worth mentioning. I see movies all the time. I go every day, every other day. Logan, again, shout out Logan, friends of the I Am Rapaport podcast. He has invited me to go this month. I refuse this month and last month of December and January to go see any of the films in theaters. I'm not seeing Bumblebee. I'm not seeing Aquaman.
Bumblebee?
It's the Transformers spinoff that's supposed to be.
I ain't going to see Bumblebee.
Supposed to be great. I'm
going
not
to
seeing
see fucking
Bumblebee.
Aquaman. Fuck
I'm
all
not
that
seeing
shit.
Aquaman. I'm not seeing
No
Spider-Man.
disrespect to any of those people that are in them, and no disrespect to any of the fans that love them, because I know I'm in the minority.
Right.
I'm not fucking with Aquaman.
I'm not seeing even the poster alone of him doing the hang loose sign out of the water.
Sorry, Duke.
You lost me. Mary Poppins, I'm not seeing. So all these movies that have
Mary
come out.
Poppins. This is for kids.
I'm not seeing them.
Fuck, I'm 40. If I'm pushing 50, I'm going to be 49 in March.
You are, yeah.
Okay,
Damn.
so those are the things you're not seeing.
Those are all the things that I am not seeing.
Is there anything else we need to pinpoint with you? You've been rocking with me at the comedy clubs.
I've been going with you.
What is your take on comedians? We're not going to name names, but we spend a lot of time around comedians. What is you said like you feel like you could get into comedy very quickly if you just acted the way some of the other comedians do. Do you want to do a bit right here?
I don't want you to say, oh, here we're doing a bit, but let me just like explain it. Like I'll explain.
Just explain it.
Let me just explain what I'm talking
There's
about.
There's certain kinds of comedians that do certain things.
So just going with you into this, like I said, it's kind of like a band. You're watching this. I'm backstage. I'm with you, and I'm watching you develop, and each show gets better and better. But as I'm going through these shows with you, I always have to kind of hang out with the other comedians, and I'm backstage, and I'm watching people either watch you or pretend to be nice to you or whatever it is. But I will say that there's a whole other world that goes on backstage in the comedian lifestyle without naming any names.
We don't need to name names of any of these
You
comedians.
don't have to at all, but I will tell you that everyone that I've met, there's been some nice people. You know, the majority of people are really nice, but everyone that I've met has the biggest ego in any I'll tell you, I think worse than actors.
Oh, by
worse
far.
than by far worse than
By
actors,
far.
musicians. Everybody.
I've never seen anything like
me either.
They will tell you everything they've done in their career. Literally, we had one guy who's a very famous comedian tell us everything that he's done in his career.
Yes.
In 5 minutes, without asking.
I
I don't even know how I got on that roller coaster, but I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I personally went on autopilot, so all I was doing was just looking and going, oh, awesome. And then after 5 seconds, I go, oh, no way. And then after 5 seconds, tight. So we do that the whole 5 minutes.
Comedians are bugged the fuck
insane.
out.
And they're all like, it's like Mean Girls type shit. Like they're nice to you, and then when you're on stage, I'll sit next to one of them and they're on their phone the whole time, and then they'll go, and they're not looking. So I'm like, it's just a hold on.
What is that? Is that a comedian bit? Is that a joke or is that a sneeze?
No, I was sneezing. That's not a joke. I was sneezing. I don't know how you sneeze. That's just a regular sneeze.
Keep that in, Miles. Keep that in.
You could take
we're
that
not
out.
deleting it.
Can I say anything to Miles too?
Go ahead.
Yeah, you could take that out, Miles, please.
Or we could just keep it in, Miles. Anyway, go ahead.
Maybe
with the
take it out,
comedians.
Miles, if you wanted to.
So, but like, if these particular comedians, do you notice that they're always telling jokes?
Here's the thing. Every time backstage, it's never just like normal, like, hey, what's up, man? Yeah, nice to meet you. Oh, cool, dude. Yeah, this is going to be a good show. Yeah, great. You're from LA? No way. What part? That's like a normal small talk conversation within meetings, someone within the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But for some reason, everyone is doing a bit like you're just kind of a prop. Like I could be a fucking mannequin for all you care, whatever. You stick a mannequin right there and they're doing bits with you. Like they don't unsolicited bits with me. And everything is just, and then when I watch them on stage, here's another thing I notice about comedians. I don't know if anyone's talking about this, but you know how there's always a fucking stool on the stage? There's always a stool on a stage, and every comedian somehow uses this stool as like a prop for whatever they're talking about. And they're going around it, and it's like, oh, hey, we're driving, and they're leaning down with the stool, and they're putting their arm around it. Like, it's my first date at a movie theater, and, I'm walking around, and, whoa, the stool is right there. I got to step around the stool, and, there's me and my couch.
Or the mic stand
Or
also.
the mic stand, and they're moving the mic stand around, and I just feel like it's always like, yeah, dude, did you hear about, K, did you hear about, they're always doing these like weird over the top bits.
They're pushing
on stage.
it.
They're pushing it. And I just want
They're
people to
working
just,
for those laughs.
Anytime a joke doesn't work, all you got to do is like kick your feet up and like do like a karate kick with your fucking,
That's all
with
you
your
got to
leg.
do.
You'll
If
get
the joke,
the crowd.
That's a good tip. If a joke doesn't land, do a karate kick or like a swivel.
That's it. Like a karate chop. You could do a karate chop.
Yes.
Then throw the kick into the mix.
And do something with the stool.
And if you're flexible like you are,
Yes.
which really helps, do something with the stool and make the stool your prop, you will kill the fucking crowd.
All right. Well, Dean, this has been excellent.
I don't know if it has.
No,
I feel like
good,
it's ran
good.
a little
No, it's
long
good.
and
It's good shit. It's good shit.
It's rainy
It's
and
good
shit.
shit, but it's over. So listen,
over.
I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. The Young Shooter, thank you for rocking. Miles Jordan.
Oh, shit. Hold on,
What?
bro. There's a giant spider
Oh.
right over your head. Like, no bullshit. You just said it. It's as if it was just
What the
chilling.
fuck is that?
That looks like a fucking Black Widow. That's giant.
Hold
That's
on.
giant.
All right, let's.
No, that's like really big, and it's just on your couch right next to your ear.
All right, I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Miles Jordan, take us out of here with something real nice.
It's coming
something
towards
real
us.
funky.
It's coming towards us.